Hey guys, Grady's Mom here with another cooking video for you. Today I'm going to make my fried rice. And this is just something that I sort of made up based on all the fried rice I've ever eaten. I tend to switch the meat and the veggies out sometimes, but today is sort of a lot of staples that I use. So in this version of my rice, I'm going to use some white rice, which I have already cooked actually last night, and I just put it in a Tupperware overnight. It's a quart of rice, just to give you guys an idea. Like when you go to get Chinese food takeout, the bigger little white box, that's the quart. So that's how much white rice I have, excuse me. So that is all ready to go from last night. I just refrigerated it overnight. I'm going to do 3 large eggs, probably about half of this half of onion, so let's call it a quarter of an onion. With my fried rice, I'm going to use boneless hickory smoked ham steak. This is an 8-ounce ham steak, and I'm going to use the whole thing. I'm also going to need about 2 celery stalks. And then as far as the stuff that goes in it, I'm going to use some sesame oil, some soy sauce, some actual sesame seeds. I got these at Target a while back. I have some bean sprouts, some water chestnuts, some black pepper, and then I'm going to top them with the crunchy chow mein noodles, which these I love even to snack on plain. I'm not going to add salt, but because of the soy sauce, I don't need it, and I don't need or want the extra sodium in there. So you can swap the meat out like I said. If you don't like meat, you can make it vegetarian. Okay, I'm back, guys. Sorry, toddler meltdown. Like I was saying, you don't have to use ham. If you don't like ham, you can make it vegetarian by omitting the meat and adding tons of different vegetables. I've done it this way when I've had no meat, with carrots, chopped up broccoli, red pepper. Really, you can use whatever combination of vegetables that you like. I've also made this with rotisserie chicken, with ground beef, with chopped up turkey. You really, honestly, it's like a use your imagination kind of dish. Most of the time, I do make mine with ham steak. I don't know why, that's just how I like it and I prefer it. If I had carrots or peppers or anything like that, I would probably throw those in as well, but I don't have those today. The 3 main things I always use are the water chestnuts, the bean sprouts, and the chow mein noodles for the topping. To me, that's the 3 main things I always have to have when I make this as far as what goes into it. And obviously these 2 are my staples, which is the soy sauce and the sesame oil to give it that salty and sesame flavor. So I'm going to go ahead and get everything prepped up and show you guys how easy this is to make. Okay guys, so one main ingredient that I actually forgot all about until now is you're going to need vegetable oil. If you don't have vegetable oil, another option would be canola oil, but you're going to probably want to stick with one of those 2 oils. You are definitely not going to want to use olive oil. It will alter the flavor and it won't have that Asian feel, if you will. I prefer vegetable oil. I just get the Crisco brand. The store brand is fine too. So I just have a big, huge skillet, and I have my vegetable oil in there. I used about 1/4 cup. I might have to add a little bit more down the road, but I figure it's better to use less than too much because you can always add more rather than take away. And that goes for a lot of things with cooking. So I just have, again, the oil in here. The pan is getting hot. It is on medium high. I'm going to let the oil warm up for just a couple minutes. And then I have my big bowl of all my things as far as my veggies and my ham that are all chopped up. So this is going to go right into the oil, and I will show you guys how this all comes together as soon as my oil heats up. Okay guys, so after your oil heats up, again on medium high, you're going to want to dump in, you want to have everything prepped and ready to go. So as you can see, I just have my ham diced up, my chestnuts that were just sliced in half, my bean sprouts, my celery, my onion. It's all ready to go right in the hot pan. So now comes the part where we just do the frying. We're going to fry everything up. Everything here is already cooked, the ham as well. But what we want to do is get a nice fry, like a golden brown on it. So that will take about 5 minutes to, you know, soften up the celery a little bit. We don't want it mushy, we want it crispy, but we want it nice and hot and a little bit browned. So I'm just going to go ahead and let this work on medium high until it's lightly browned and kind of sort of a little bit crisp. And then we are going to add everything else in as far as our soy sauce, our sesame oil, and the eggs and the rice. And it's honestly a one-pan meal. It's super easy, and this is all I'm going to make today because it's going to be a meal in one, which I love doing. I love having a one meal or a one dish meal kind of thing where you don't even need to make all different kinds of things on the side. So again, guys, gonna let this hang out for about 5 minutes and I will show you guys what we do next. Okay guys, so about 5 minutes have gone by and I'm gonna go ahead and add in some of my sesame seeds and some of my black pepper. Again, no salt because I'm gonna use the soy sauce to salt it. So I'm just going to go ahead and fold the pepper and the sesame seeds in. Another thing I like to add in here, if I had it, was some sliced mushrooms, but I don't have any. And you know, I do normally add carrot actually now that I think of it, some thinly sliced carrot, but again, I don't have any. So cooking is all about using what you already have in the house. I just happened to forget carrot and mushrooms yesterday at the grocery store. So I'm just sort of working with what I have because this is the meal plan for the week. Monday is fried rice, so we're just kind of going with the flow. So I'm just going to work this for just a couple more minutes and then I'm going to add in my rice. Okay guys, so as you can see, I put my rice right on top and I'm just going to gently kind of break it up. It was in the Tupperware overnight. So I'm just going to kind of break that up and sort of create like a layer on top of the veggies and the ham. And again, guys, if you don't like a ton of stuff in your fried rice, you can always use less meat, less veggies, all of that good stuff. I just like a really good ratio of fillings as far as meat and veggies to the ratio of rice. So I'm just kind of working all that on top. Now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to grab my soy and my sesame. And I'm going to first start with the sesame oil. This is a 5-ounce bottle. I'm going to probably use about 1/3 of the bottle. So I'm just going ahead and drizzling kind of all over. And I'll tell you guys exactly how much I use. Yeah, about 1/3 of the bottle I used. And then my soy sauce, I'm going to kind of, it comes out really slow, which is a good thing because obviously soy sauce is very salty. So I'm just going to kind of start with that, and now I'm going to fold everything in and kind of gauge once it's folded in by the color of the rice if I need more. Like I said, it's always easier to start with less and add more than have too much and not be able to take it out. And something like soy sauce can ruin your whole dinner if you put too much in. So see how the color is going from that snow white to a nice brown, which is the trick of the soy sauce, and the sesame oil does help too. It smells so good right now. So again, just kind of working it all in. I'm going to keep working it in and I'll be back with you guys to show you what it looks like when it's all worked in. Okay guys, so I stirred everything in and combined it, and as you can see the color is just a beautiful brown. I did add a little bit more soy sauce after I tasted it. So you're definitely going to want to taste it after your first round of soy, because obviously if you're not a huge soy sauce fan, you're not going to want to add any more. And if you feel that it needs a little bit more, you can always add a little bit more. I added just a little bit more just to show you guys. The bottle was completely full and that's how much I used. So I will figure out all the measurements when I type everything up down below. So now is your final step, which is going to be your 3 large eggs. I scrambled them really well. You want to scramble them really, really well and beat them really good. So I turn my heat down to medium, and I'm going to go ahead now and get my egg on. This is the last step, and you're just going to kind of sort of put it in the middle. You want to get every drop. And then the last step is you're just going to keep folding, and the egg is going to get all nice and cooked, and there'll be nice bits of sort of scrambled egg bits going all through your fried rice. I've heard people say they don't like fried egg in their fried rice. That's fine too. I personally do. It adds protein. It's healthy. To me, it's sort of more traditional, although I will not, you know, sit here and say that this is the exact traditional way to make fried rice, because most of you know, even though I'm Asian, I was raised in an Italian family. So I, by no means, have no business saying that I'm making authentic fried rice. This is just the way that I like it. You can call it Americanized if you want, but again, it's just my version of how I've just come to find the best way that I like it and the easiest way for me. I've been making this for a long time, pretty much all of my adult life. So I'm just working it in nice and slow. The egg is cooking super fast. I don't know if you guys can already see it's already cooked. So now I'm going to turn the heat completely off because the pan still has a lot of nice heat on it. And I'm just going to keep working it all in so everything gets nice little bits of egg running through it. This smells so good, you guys. And when I tasted it a little while ago before I put the egg in, it tasted delicious. So I'm just going to keep working it in. It's a very easy dish, actually, guys. I would recommend making the rice the night before like I did if you have time. It just saves you that step of having to worry about boiling rice. So this looks pretty amazing to me right now. So I'm just going to go ahead and get this plated up and show you guys what it looks like before I chow down. Okay guys, it is all done and ready to eat. I tasted it again and it tastes amazing. It smells amazing. I just put a small little handful of the Chow Mein noodles, which I'm sure you guys all have heard of. These are also really good on salads as well. So again, it's not that, you know, I would say it's a pretty healthy meal. Yeah, there's soy sauce. You can always get the reduced sodium if you want to cut a little bit of sodium out. And really, I use minimal oil. I did not add any more oil than what I started with in the pan. Sometimes you have to add just a splash more if it looks dry. But it smells good. It's such an easy meal. I have plenty left over for leftovers. This is how much I have in this huge pan still. So my husband will have a nice big bowl. I'll have a nice big bowl. We might have seconds, and then I'll definitely have enough for lunch for me and Grady tomorrow. So again, here is what it looks like, a very easy fried rice. I hope you guys enjoyed. Thumbs up for more cooking videos, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.